lovely, great. Let's put our shoes on and let's get ready to do today and to talk about calesita. Today we will have our own moment to focus on calesita. We had done other two classes when partially we focused on some way of interpreting calesita, but today we will talk about a few ways, three ways of expressing yourselves while you can you can do the calesita, you can interpret it from receiving it from your partners. So let's try to put our shoes on and exchange a little bit of weight so that you can get ready to place yourselves with the axis, in the floor, in the ankles, in the feet in the ground, heels in the ground, metatarsus in the ground. Place your belly button in, hips on the line of the ankles, and so on. Grow, take energy from the ground so that you can rise yourselves. Yes, grow and push into the ground, push against, right? Good, how we studied by now so many times. So now let's try to exercise first alone, then I will exemplify with Giovanni. So stay tuned because I will show you as well these ways, how they look like with the partner, and how we could, a few ways to react, right? So let's go with our weight on the right and let's go a little bit in flexion. Yes, so it's like feel that your knee is flexible, and get ready to go and stretch a little bit in front, and imagine that now you are in a position of the partner is here, yes, so you are perpendicular to the partner, and this is the embrace. Here he is with the back, let's say imaginary, with the back to the camera, and you are in a you are getting ready for, let's say, think of a backward ocho, like you would go in a backward ocho. So the most simple regular way of responding, right? So let's try to go activating the back like we would go for the backward ocho, but we are not. And we are pushing in the ground to start turning, yes? So we want to pivot, but keep remaining, with the body perpendicular to your partner, because your partner, what is he doing? He is turning around you, because this is the calesita, like the carousel, right? So he is turning around and you are turning around him. So let's try to enforce our axis, pushing in the floor, in the pivot, keep inside, and feel this energy here that you are remaining, and push, and for the moment keep this leg there, right? And not only the leg and the foot, but it's about the hip. So I'm not opening the hip, I keep it perpendicular to the partner who is here, right? So like this we are feeling as well powerful. We can add as well a little bit of embellishment, in the floor with the foot, So keep pushing, keep pushing, and make this happen. So you are all the time in this situation starting, like taking over after the partner started to go around you, right? So he starts to go first, he starts to go around you, and you are taking over with the pivot after him, right? So let him start the turn, and then you are responding, going after, and you let this, in this situation that is simple, you don't open the hip. Now let's see another situation when we can start to do a bit more, to respond in a, let's say, richer way, in a more elaborate way from our side. but keeping the same connection and you know, with the partner. So we are in the same position because we start the same, right? So he starts to go, and then I am pivoting, but I will let my hip to open and the leg and the foot to come as a consequence, right? And I am arriving, so first I am pivoting, and I am starting to open the hip and this part, right? A little bit. So I am going, opening and create myself space, and I will, when I reach here, yes, I am out with the knee, so I don't hit my partner like this, and I'm going out and out, right? And then I'm here with the partner. I can, while he's turning, I am, of course, coming back in with the hip, so that I can keep this flow, right? Otherwise, I will lose myself on the back. So I want to keep myself with him. So I am pushing, I am opening, I am going back, and then I am bringing, like for the forward pivot, right? I am bringing torso, arm, and upper back, and hip, knee, foot, right? And then I'm arriving here, and you will see exemplified with the partner how it looks like as well. But it's good for you to practice alone this, so that you can gain as well this exercise, right? To more power to pivot, to push into the floor, to turn your hips out and in, right? And to let the leg go. So now another way that has to do with this one. This, for example, these two first forms, that first ways of interpreting. It's not only about the form, because you are, I mean, it's about pushing in the floor, being present, and yes, giving forms of expressing, right? But they come from your real axis, pushing in the floor and being connected with the partner and so on. So these first are most of all in, let's say, they can be in close embrace, they can be as well in a little open embrace, these first ones. Now this third one, it will be like mainly in open embrace, and then I will show you in close embrace the one that when we lose a little bit the axis, and we can lose it even a little bit more towards the partner, but that I cannot show it alone. So I will show it then with Giovanni, and I will explain how can we be still stable. I mean, we need him because we need our partner's help in that situation, but we can still we still have to be very stable ourselves, even losing, right? I will tell you why. So the third one that we have done as well, we are repeating it now. So we are going to pivot and open, yes, open the hip, yes, take it back, and now here we can change, and we can go to change in this way, and then we continue with the partner, we go, we let the hip open and the leg to go, we change weight. This is not led, this is our thing, girls, because just because we want to keep this turn, yeah, and we don't want to let it, we don't want to, for example, if I keep only here, yes, like this, you see, we will lose our, I mean, we are risking to lose our axis out of this circle, of this calesita, right? So, now that we have practiced, okay, we do one more time like this alone, and then we do all these things with the partner and the one in close embrace. So, we go pivoting, and letting open the hip, and the leg goes, and the foot as a consequence. Take it out, bring in cross, change the weight, make sure you're changing the weight, keep your upper body with the partner, and go pushing and projecting and turning, bring again, change the weight again, and you are arriving in the same, right? Good. So now that we have practice alone, and I recommend you to practice this, of course, more times, to repeat them each way. I will invite my dear partner Giovanni, so that I can exemplify with him, for you.
Hello.
Hello, Giovanni.
Hello.
This good. So good. So turning myself around, only myself. Turning myself around. Imagining you here. But now that you came here, I can turn really around you. So let's see first. I'm thinking. Let's show, if it's possible, these ways that I already showed. This is amazing. When I hear this is amazing. So I'm thinking first for them to visualize what we have done alone. So let's say it's in close embrace, but can be also in open embrace.
So close, but in your axis.
Exactly. More in our axis. What we have worked alone. So first, okay. First, I will show you this one, right? Where the simple one, where I remain, as you see, I'm pivoting, I'm going after him, but look at the way of the embrace. You see, I am remaining here perpendicular, and I keep this leg and the hip inside the embrace. And he's going, and I can add this, right? I can add this, or I can just go see. This is the simplest, right? The super common, right?
Yeah.
When you don't do too much and you keep here. You see, you can be in this close here, or you can be, let's say, even in open embrace, and it's like you're going, and you can even get bored that you don't, right? So, what if we want to express ourselves a little bit more? I mean, they are giving this chance to us, right? And we can express ourselves and respond, and give
and play like you want.
Exactly, play, and like this we play for ourselves, but in connection with them, with the music. But as well, we give them back a cool response like this, and it's like we are enriching the dance, right? So let's see how we can do this. Remember this, right? That I can let this happen, and then I can come back. So I go out, and then look, I come hip, knee, foot, and I am pushing the floor, flexing. I can come up and pushing, going down and back and in. Observe the opening. So the opening of the knee, that I'm not hitting him. Good. Giovanni will kill me because he's turning. So I'm explaining some. So did you observe? So like this. So did you see how there is no accident there? Because related to what we were telling yesterday, I was doing those boleros, right? And so it's the same thing, that the same concept, but it's the other leg now. So look, this happens. You see, so I'm going with him, and is this? I open, and my knee is out. My hip and my knee are out, and that's why I'm going. I will not go like this, with the knee towards him.
There is no space in close embrace.
There is no space, and I can hit him. I can hit myself with the heel, and so on. Yeah. All these terrible things that we don't want to let them happen. Good. So now we can do. We can add in this open embrace as well, or semi-close, let's say. But we need them, their support here. So it's good for. But I am going. Let him go first, and then I arrive, and here I can go changing, and let this, and I go changing, and let this go, and again. So that's it for. I think they saw.
Thank you.
So, oh my God. So. Good. Did you saw now a few things? There are more, but we we cannot do them in one class. We have every day, right? So we don't want to overwhelm with too much information in one class because we have a meeting every day, right? So there will be another class where maybe I will
Okay.
the last one. So the last one before finishing is the one that is actually, you know, the most beautiful, actually the most intense, because we keep the close embrace and we go a little bit to, you know, to lose access on the partner. He has to sustain us, really, but we have to make sure that we do this right. What do I mean? Without losing the center. So don't break, don't collapse your center here, I mean your hips and belly, you know, because in this case you will break your back. Like we would do Volcana, right? So it's the same.
And you become also heavy for me.
Exactly. We become too heavy and falling, right?
Yeah.
They cannot pull us up.
Yes.
So the idea is, remember that when we say all the time about this, right? We say that we are taking energy, weight from the floor. We are pushing in the floor. We are taking up, but we are pushing in the floor so that we can push our, lift our body, push our body towards up and stretch it, like in this contradiction. So we want to keep this stretch and these active muscles and body, you know, not letting it collapse. So we will apply this. Now, when we will lose our axis, we will push in the floor so that we can push towards up and keep this stretch right here without losing. Keep the back, right? Like we would rise here and like we would push in the floor. Even if I'm going like in a V or like in a, you know, in this, actually in this line towards the man, right? Let's see. And you can add, you see, you can add things.
Tell me
I
when.
think that's it, that's it. Good. So, you saw how it was the position, right? And you saw that in this case, my embrace here remains more, so this part of my body, this part of my chest, right, my torso, is with him in contact. I don't want to open it in this case. I don't want to arrive here because I will not be able to. So I need this, yeah, and you don't have to do it necessarily. But you see, I'm going to push in the floor and to him because he's taking distance. Okay, that's it. Did you see that? In this case, the partner as well proposes this kind of calesita because he's going a bit farther to create this effect.
It's me that I take her out of axis.
So in this case, when you receive this from your partners, it's cool to remain, right? So don't go in the V. I mean, remain here with the contact and push into the floor to go towards him, to keep towards him and keep this stretch, keep activating belly muscles and hips, right? Keep the line of the back, this, right? Push into the floor so that even if you are only with your metatarsus and toes in the floor, because this is with what you are, you don't have the control of the heels on the back in the floor. Good. So, and of course the partner needs to sustain. In this case, he does it. I hope, of course, more and more leaders learn how to do this right and not to, I know, press on the back and so on, and you know. But that is for the leaders to take classes as well in their, you know, on their side and to. Thank you so much, Giovanni.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.
So, like these girls, the lovely ladies, you saw a few ways of doing the calesita, of expressing it, and so on. So I think I am going out of running out of the limit of time today. So thank you so much. I wish you to practice, to think of these things, of these details, and to stay healthy. Take good care of yourselves. We still have to do this. So let's meet tomorrow again at 7:30. Practice, subscribe to our channel, please, to Cuartito Azul Tango on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and watch the videos. Practice. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Besos y abrazos.